As if Blue Ridge is going to receive, but well, we know the Yellow Jackets going to receive, so I don't know who won that one, but it seems as if it's within the Yellow Jacket psychology to try to get some points on the board first.
Well, yeah, and I think here you get out early, you get a good offensive drive under your belt. I think both these teams are fairly offensive-minded, and they want to get out early offensively, so it makes sense to take the ball.
Yellow Jackets getting ready, wearing all white with yellow hats. On the other side, Payson, I think we'll call that a slate. Do you think that we need a lady's perspective? They're wearing gray anyway. It's gray with a very dark purple helmet. This is a rare treat, calling a game here at Payson where you can see both teams' numbers. Sometimes the Longhorns kind of overthink this.
Well, you're both ahead of me if you know what slate means. So
it's a darker gray. It's back to receive here for the Yellow Jackets are. We got that Sam James and Carter McGowan. Going to get this one set up here with the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. You'll pay the lowest tuition in the state. Grady Bix kicking it away.
Yeah, they get too many.
As he's got it set up on the 40, and he's kicking this one angling out of bounds, and it's on the sideline. It looked like the nose of the football was on the sideline. And there's a flag down back at the line of scrimmage, as it sounded as if the coaches next to us believed that the Longhorns were set up illegally. So a little bit of curiosity. Now there's a flag back at the 10. So I think they eventually got that one thrown for the kick going out of bounds. But
yeah, so back here on the kickoff, you have to have an even number of players on each side of the kicker. And they had 3 to one side, 7 to the other. So you have to balance that out. They changed those rules 5 or 6 years ago. And I think they only had 3 players to the right of the kicker is all.
Now, do they automatically have to replay that down? Or can Blue Ridge take the out of bounds?
No, Blue Ridge should be able to take the out of bounds, and then they should get it out to the 35 or the 40, I believe.
So set it up on the 40. Get great field position here for the Yellow Jackets as they come out. Berlin ready to go from the pistol formation. Harris deep. Move 2 men off the line and to the right, where there's 3 potential receivers going to Berlin's right. Now Blue Ridge having to use a timeout here before the first snap. So perhaps a little bit of jitters?
A little bit of jitters. I think they come out and they motioned. They looked like they were overloaded to the left side. Motioned 2 guys through, and I wonder if somebody missed their assignment or missed their responsibility there.
So after the timeout, they went to move 2 men in motion, including Brecken Sargé, as well as Chee. As they want, look like they're starting in roughly the same neighborhood. Berlin with his hands right now in the warmer. Send again Sargé and Chee going from the left to the right side. And now Berlin's ready to go. From the 40, handoff. Harris goes to the left side, bursts toward midfield, going to be brought down after he gains 11.
Yeah, really good play design there. They shift everybody to the right. They bring one of those men in motion back to the left and lead him through that hole. And offensive line did a great job opening that hole for Harris.
So quickly into Longhorn territory. 11:45 to go on the first possession of the ball game. There's no score, but after the kick goes out of bounds, the Yellow Jackets threatening as Harris this time going to try the right side. Tripped up as before he got to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, really nice play there. The Burdette, the linebacker for Payson, was able to shoot the gap and get Harris in the backfield.
So a couple of players there, including mopping it up there, Gareke, as McAnery was also in the neighborhood. So now Roland Berlin to the left. He's going to sidearm this one into the middle of the field where it'll be grabbed by Sarche toward the sticks. Looks like he needed 11 and might have got just that.
Yeah, really nice job there by Harris in the backfield picking up. The linebacker came free again. Harris was able to pick him up and give him some time to complete the throw. Really nice throw.
So Sarche there with the first down. Move it to the Payson 37. And Blue Ridge already at the line again with 3 receivers going to the right side. Instead, Harris gets the call, but he's again met at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like Payson's bringing their linebackers a lot on pressure. And they were able to get to Harris in the backfield again.
Lucas Lee there on the stop. So after a 12-yard carry for Harris to start things, Karlo stopped at the line of scrimmage. No, it's another loss. Another short loss. As it's 2nd and 11, working behind the sticks on the last little sequence. Didn't seem to bother Berlin much as he's again working. Well, now into the neutral zone comes everybody. But
still offsides.
Fake the handoff, pressure from the edge, whip this one out where it'll be grabbed by Chee, trying to run out one toward the edge. Gareke is going to be there with the stop, and it looked like the Longhorns were going to have Berlin caught for a sack. Instead, it's going to be a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, again, some good pressure off the edge, and Berlin went to kind of a 3/4 arm slot to get that ball around the defensive player. Really nice play by Berlin.
Sarche and Chee check out for the Yellow Jackets. 3rd down, 4. 9.5 minutes to go. There's no score, but Blue Ridge is benefiting from excellent field position. Now trying to take advantage on the Longhorn 31. Split wide to the near side, Sam James. Harris now on Berlin's right. He'll get the call, tries to run to the right side, cuts it up, and a flag comes out as he has enough yardage for a first down, but it's going to probably come back. Gareke there with the stop.
Again, it looks as if Payson's bringing a lot of pressure on each play. They're with the 4 linebackers. 1 or 2 of them are coming on every play.
So that time the pressure forcing the miscue. And back behind the sticks goes Blue Ridge. 3rd down and 14. And all the way back at the 40, where they were at 3rd and 4, even though it's the first quarter, the first possession. It seemed as if that might have been an opportunity to try to go for 4th down there, but this might change things as 2 receivers, including Sarche, coming out to the near side. Berlin from the gun, fake the handoff. Harris drops back into Blue Ridge territory, try to set up a screen, but it's read perfectly. Harris there with the catch, but immediately stopped by Marinelli.
Well, and a really good job by Marinelli reading that screen play, and he met him right at the point of the catch.
So Berlin converts on all 3 of his pass attempts, but that one goes for a loss of a couple yards, and Tricky's out to punt. I think that's Keaton Potter back around his own 5-yard line to receive this, as there's a good snap. Kick is away, it's short, and angling to the far sideline where it flies out of bounds. So the Yellow Jackets had drive start on the 40 after the kick went out of bounds, but a holding penalty pulled both a first down off the scoreboard and then forced special teams to become a matter of fact after the screenplay wasn't able to develop, primarily because of the great defense there from Marinelli. So 8:05 now, they play in the first quarter, no score, and here's the Longhorn offense that's going to come up for the first time. Got Nolan Keeney, 169 yards a game, 5th in the 3A conference. And 1 spot below Berlin as he'll work from the shotgun, drop back, looking towards near side where he's got a man behind the defense and run into there by Tricky. He's looking for a flag. as the intended receiver was Herrera. And I think that they're going to say that the pass was overthrown.
Well, that was pretty a little bit of contact there as the ball was getting there. I'm really surprised they I don't know if they thought that was uncatchable or if it was right as the ball was getting there. I don't know what he saw, but
so letting them play here in the early going. 2nd and 10 after the deep strike is incomplete. Herrera, one of the 2 favorite targets for Keeney, as the other in Gurecke is instead going to be Lee as he gets this one going up the middle and able to surge his way forward for a few, maybe 4. Cross there with the stop. It actually looks like he wound up going for about 5. It's a pretty good run after it looked like he was met right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, it does look like Payson has an advantage, certainly on the offensive line. They got some much bigger bodies up there than Blue Ridge does on the defensive line.
3rd down, they're calling it a short 6. Receivers on either side of Keeney. As he is an empty backfield, rolls to the right side, drops this one off underneath. Flag comes out as it's caught, over to the 30, and then out of bounds near the 35, but let's see what the laundry's all about. Keaton Potter there, but a holding flag, just as had happened to Blue Ridge, is going to make that first down all for naught. Make this now 3rd and a lot.
Yeah, nice play design there, bringing that tight end out in the flat there, and he came open, and unfortunately they had a hold on the back end of that. So again, some early jitters. I think both teams getting some holding flags that are kind of stalling these drives out.
Well, this is, in a sense, for the region championship, though there's still a couple of games to play after this, but whoever wins this one, especially from the Longhorns' perspective, as you said, having already got the win over Round Valley, is now pressure coming right around the goal line as Chee was there first. And a huge sack there for Chee on 3rd and long. Anthony Sykes also there, as that broke down fast right after we talk about how Payson looks like they're so much bigger up front. The Yellow Jackets say, block this.
Yeah, the quickness certainly got to him as both the 2 defensive linemen met at the quarterback before he could even look downfield to get a pass off.
So both sides hurting themselves with holding flags on 3rd and relatively short, as Heffley is going to punt. Back to receive is tricky as they're doing this one from deep in the end zone. This one coming to the near side. Will roll at the 30, take another bounce at the 35, and then stop at the 39. So this is roughly where Blue Ridge had spent most of its first possession, as there's no score, 6 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the first. But right now, if there could be a sense of momentum, seems like it's wearing a yellow hat. Got Luke Berlin checking back out, 3 for 3 for 16 yards. Also had a big run from Karlo Harris, but after that, he was met at the line for short losses. But perhaps here a shift in the key to the game is which side is going to make fewer mistakes.
Well, and Blue Ridge here certainly has the advantage of field position early on. They need to capitalize here and get some points on this drive.
Coming up on the near hash toward the Blue Ridge sideline. Got 3 receivers coming in this direction. Instead, Harris gets the call. He has to hesitate a little bit as he approaches the line. Winds up getting spun forward for 3. Marinelli again there with the stop. Looked like perhaps Marinelli thought that Harris wanted to try to bounce that outside, just working to contain, and then was able to come in there and get the stop for a relatively short gain.
Yeah, another good job again. Marinelli's playing that outside linebacker position. And came up and filled, and they did a really good job containing that, turning it in, and then making the tackle as well.
2nd down and 7. Already toward the 35 here after the short punt. Handoff, nope, pull it back. Berlin tries to find some space going up the middle. He will gain a yard, but here's 3rd down and 6.
So again, there's a lot of penetration by the Payson defensive line, and some linebackers are coming up and filling as well.
Gertner there with the stop for the Longhorns. And I again wonder, even though these are 2 pretty high-powered offenses, if Yellow Jackets here trying to get a couple and at least have a conversation about whether or not they want to do it on 4th as they get to the line of scrimmage now with 10 seconds. Still trying to get set up. There's 5 seconds to get the play off. Play clock running out. Berlin does get it off with 1 second to spare and throws a dangerous pass that's going to be tipped and picked off. Intended for Tricky and instead intercepted as Nathan Sosi is able to get it on the deflection. Is there a flag down? Might be just
looks like
a towel.
But really good play by the cornerback. Read that wide receiver screen, was able to get off the block and turn that into a contested catch, and then Payson opportunistic come up with the ricochet there. And unfortunately, it looked like he got tackled by the turf monster. I thought we had a pick 6 there.
Handoff goes Lee as he tries to bounce it outside. Blue Ridge is there with the stop after a couple of yards, and another flag comes out. That one thrown by the referee behind the play. He's already seen 2 holds. Taking a listen. Holding called on Blue Ridge.
Yeah, a lot of times those defensive linemen are taught to occupy the blockers and let the linebackers come in and fill. So a lot of times those defensive linemen will grab, pulling guards and things like that. So
tack 5 yards on to the end of the run. 1st down and 3 is a looping snap now with another opportunity coming to the near side. Running directly into the defender this time and going to get the flag out there is Herrera. Was not able to get the pass interference on the first possession, but this time leaving little doubt. Just about bailed out on the pass to try to make sure that he got that flag thrown this time.
Yeah, it looks like Tricky didn't see the ball and just was trying to make a play on the receiver there, but he got there just before the ball got there.
So we just shifted the keys to the game to who is going to make the fewer mistakes. And then an interception followed by a couple of defensive flags thrown against the Yellow Jackets. Moves it into Blue Ridge territory for the Longhorns. No score, 4 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the initial. As this one moves it deep into Blue Ridge territory, all the way out to the Yellow Jacket 34. 2 receivers on this near side, and now Lee coming out of the backfield throws this one behind him as that might be a live ball, and they'll eventually whistle it incomplete. That was flirting with the lateral.
Yeah, he was certainly, I think the intention was to throw the ball behind him, and the quarterback threw it at least parallel probably, and that's probably why it was incomplete as well. But
that was right around there. When he had unloaded, Lee was still pretty far behind him, or correction, that was Schur. Bert Schur is now moving to the near side again. Dropped this one off underneath. Immediately spilled after a gain of about 7. Is that Potter? First completion there for Keeney. It comes on 2nd and 10 to set up a mid-range 3rd down play, and the Longhorns trying to go with tempo. Potter moving to the near side. He's all alone. I believe that's Bert Scheer as they fake the handoff. No, they do give it to Potter. He runs through one tackle in the backfield. Now he's going to get stood up as he gets to the 25. Tricky there with the stop, but an awful long way to run to gain a yard.
He did a good job shaking that first tackle, but then he got on the edge and kind of stutter stepped and allowed Tricky to take all his momentum. Payson certainly has an enthusiastic guy running the MC over there.
Gain of 4. Thought that he might have got stopped a little bit before that, but we don't have a good angle, so patience is appreciated. Is now going under center, and it's all going to depend on the spot. I don't know if he got it, but again, I was just 3 yards off on my last call, so let's just allow for the professionals to handle this.
Yeah, it looks like they're spotting him short of the 25.
And the Yellow Jackets get the huge stop.
Yeah, they bring this wide receiver in motion, and he stops at the center, takes the quarterback sneak. And a good job by the interior. The Blue Ridge defensive line there to stop him short.
Had not yet been able to get a pass thrown to Gareke, and he comes in to try and execute the sneak. And now the Yellow Jackets, after an interception and a couple of defensive flags, going to take over on their own 25. 3 minutes and 6 seconds as now flags come out again. And it looked as if this is a procedure flag against Blue Ridge. So 1st and 15 in the first quarter, at least. The Yellow Jackets having a hard time getting out of their own way.
Yeah, just some small execution issues and getting lined up correctly. This is their second issue they've had getting lined up correctly. A couple holding calls, pass interference call. They're going to need to clean it up if they want to end up winning this thing.
3 for 4 for 16 yards is Berlin. Two men coming to the near side are James and Sarche. Fake the handoff as they now try to bootleg him to the right side. Looked like he might have been hit as he throws, but he's still got a man back there. It's tricky. Can't haul it in. Shear's there to stop it.
And again, they had pretty good pressure on him, and I think that forced that throw to be just a little short. Tricky had gotten behind him, and he had to stop and kind of come back to that ball, allowed the defensive back to get in and make a play on that.
So 2nd and 15 after the drive started on a procedure flag. Berlin has now not struck on his last 2 passes, and the third prior to those went for negative yardage. Come out with 3 potential receivers coming to the near side as pressure is being shown by the Longhorns, and now having to unload again, and it's going to be intercepted as he was hit and underthrown. Taking this one at the 25, 20, and out of the 15 before being forced out of bounds. A second interception for Berlin, but that time it was more of a case of his protection breaking down as Marinelli is there with the pick.
Yeah, they got that pressure right in his face, and he kind of threw that thing off his back foot, sidearm again, and that allowed that underneath linebacker to step in the path of that throw.
Harton was there with the pressure. It's now 1st and 10 from the 12. No score, but after the second Payson forced turnover, the Longhorns pounding on the end zone's door. 2 receivers going out to the left side as they fake the handoff. Try to drop this one off. It's deflected and nearly intercepted. Nice job there on the outside by Herrera to knock that one down. Burdette was there with the tip. I don't know if he tipped that or if he was trying to catch it, but the end result is the same, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that ball was up in the air for a while. It looked like it would be anybody's ball for a minute.
Keeney 1 for 4 for just 7. Is going out to the left, Gareke and Herrera, who is now again going to watch as the pocket gets moved in that direction. Keeney wanted to go that way, but now he's got a reverse field. Now throws this to the back of the end zone where he's got a man wide open and caught. Lucas Lee with the 12-yard catch and score.
Yeah, nice throw from rolling out to his right. Was able to get that over the top. Looked like the defensive back was in good position. I think he got a little too locked in on the quarterback, and he was able to get the ball up over the top for the touchdown.
Sarche was there trying to stop that, but instead a comfort fit Dencher's touchdown for the Longhorns, who were able to take advantage after the second interception that they picked.
End of the first. Snowflake, Marcos, yeah.
A score from Marcos to Nisa, where the Padres have locked up the Lobos, tied at 3. I wonder what the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report would have looked like had we been calling that one. Is here kicking it away for the 7-point lead. Bix is able to convert 7-0 with 2:33 to go in the first quarter. The Longhorns have the early advantage. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on Night Talk 1067 and nighttalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Jinkies.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff with Payson leading 7, is angling toward James. He's going to have an opportunity inside the 10. Starts moving to his left where he's got a couple of blockers, but the hole closes quickly as there to get the stop was Gareke. When it's time to kick off your college education, go to Northland Pioneer College, pay the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona, as the Yellow Jackets had their last 2 possessions end with interceptions. The first one was a little bit more of a ball delivery issue, but the second was much more because Berlin had 4 defenders that were in his chops. So coming out with Harris, who since his big run to start the ball game has not been able to get much going with the next 3. As the call, try to come to the left side, bounce it back to the right as he gets to the 30, gains 6.
Again, Payson had pretty good penetration. They're bringing linebackers again on every play, but a really good cutback by Harris. Able to find that seam, break a tackle, and get through.
There with the stop is McAnerny. Two receivers going to the right. Got an offset pistol behind Berlin. Can't see who's joining him back there. It's Chee, actually, as they're going to throw a pass toward the far side. Slip in a tackler to Sarche, but he's not going to be able to get to the sticks as that Payson sideline is fired up. Shear there with the stop.
A really good pursuit there. He did a really good job making the first guy miss, but then there were 3 or 4 Longhorns there that he wasn't able to outrun.
I think that might have gone for another loss of yards. So 4 for 7, 15 yards, 3rd down and a long 5 here for the Yellow Jackets. As Harris is again deep in the pistol. Playbook's wide open here as they'll go with Harris, but he's again met at the line of scrimmage. And this Payson front 7 right now in the first quarter is dictating terms.
Yeah, they're playing the game in. They're definitely playing the game. Yeah, they're definitely playing the game in Blue Ridge's backfield. It seems like they're 2 yards deep every time. Harris is having to make cuts, before it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Punting units out for the Yellow Jackets with 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. Marinelli is now walking up over the 30. Tricky is going to punt it. A little bit of extra pressure shown, but instead he's able to get that away. Short kick takes a Blue Ridge bounce over the 40. And flirting with disaster there for the Longhorns. There's a Potter who is back there and thinking about putting a hand on that one. Instead, it rolls dead at the 32-yard line. So pretty good field position for the Longhorns. They had to punt it from deep in their own end zone. At that point in the game, it seemed like everything was coming up Blue Ridge, but a couple of interceptions later, the Yellow Jackets right now in the closing moments of the first quarter trailing 7 and not trying to use the defense to find a spark.
Yeah, they're going to need to make a play on this drive. They certainly don't want, Payson to pick up any more momentum. Payson's playing right now with a lot of intensity and a lot of passion.
Keeney's back, behind him Shear as he gets the call and starts moving to the left, finds a little crease as he gets to the 35 before he's swarmed by Yellow Jackets, gains maybe just 3. Karlo Harris there with the stop. And that might be the way the first quarter ends, with the Longhorns leading 7-0. They get to the line of scrimmage, but there's zeros on the scoreboard. 7-0, Payson with the early edge. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on NightTalk 106.7 and NightTalk 106.7.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Start of the second, trying to set up a screen. Well read there by Chee as he gets a hand on that one. That nearly was picked off, and that would have been a touchdown going the other direction.
Yeah, really, it looked like three of the Blue Ridge defensive linemen had made a read on that screen and almost got that interception.
So on our own 35, the Longhorns facing 3rd and 7, leading 7-0 here at the start of the second quarter. Coming off the line to split wide left is Potter. 2 receivers going to the right. Shear. No, I don't think that is Shear. That's McAnerney, who's back there, as he might have been moving before the snap. A little bit of pressure, but going to throw that, caught at the 45 into Blue Ridge territory, and now bouncing back to the right side, still on his feet over the 40. There's a huge gain there from Herrera on 3rd and 7, and wind up gaining 22.
Yeah, just a little stop route. Found the open spot in the zone and turned around, and nice delivery. He had quite a few yards after the catch.
Longhorns off to the pickup now, trying to go with a little bit of tempo. 2 receivers now coming out to the left. 7-0 they lead. 11.5 to go in the half as they set up the option. And it's fumbled. Still loose and eventually dove upon by 3 or 4 players. Payson will have it. Hot diggity dog. That's Cody Ambrosini.
You know, it's hard to run option as a second or third piece of your offense just to execute it, and you tend to see some fumbles.
Wound up getting 4 yards on the miscue. Longhorns picking up lots of breaks here in this first half. A few of them have been created by themselves. They're getting the interceptions, but now spinning it out and going to go inside where Gareke's got this one caught as he starts angling toward the center of the field. Going to have enough for a first down before Tricky brings him down. Looks like a gain of about 13.
Done a really good job there, faking that ball out to the wide out, pulling the linebackers out, and then hitting the wide out underneath and delivering the ball on time, giving an opportunity to run after the catch.
81 yards a game. That was Gareke's first catch. He's right now lined up in the slot off to the left. Keeney now 3 for his last 4 and got most of his 54 yards in so doing, as this one's thrown out to Herrera, trying to get some blocking help as he serpentines to his right. Spun down toward the 15. Tricky gets the stop, but a gain of 4.
Yeah, both these teams are doing a good job tackling and stopping any big plays, but it looks right now that Payson is just executing just a little bit better.
Braddock Flaherty trying to get in there as a late exit, and they'll allow for him to get off the field to avoid any penalty flags. 2nd down and 5 as Keeney pressured, moving to his right. Now he's going to tuck it, run it over the 10, the 5, cut it up, trying to get to the goal line. Very close. He's going to have a first down, but be a yard short of pay dirt. Gains 13. And a nice call there by Keeney calling his own number.
Yeah, good job getting out, rolling out to the right side and deciding to run that. It looks like all the Blue Ridge defenders had gotten into those passing lanes.
1st and goal from the 4, already leading 7-0, 9 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the half. Bigger package coming to the backfield. It features Gareke and McAnerney. He's got a couple of blockers. Oh, and now they're jumping at the right side of the line. Gureke was going to play quarterback there, and they substituted almost everybody, especially on the line. It looks like they're doing something similar now.
Bringing 4
that
new
might have
guys
been why
back
they
in.
were a little off to, not on the same page anyway.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to go with a heavy set, right, with all the bigs, and we're just going to try to overpower. But
so move it back to the 9, 1st and goal still. Keeney's back out there as he wants to move to the left side. Pressure coming from behind from Tricky, but no, that was Chee who got picked up on the block, and now throwing this one toward the goal line. And it's Herrera, but the ball bounces to him. And there might be a flag.
ooh,
Flag was on the far side of the field. And here's one more look. Ball bounces right between his hands, as you can see on our video feed.
it looks like they waved
Excellent
off. They
replay
waved
there
off the
and
penalty.
camera work from our fellas. And there is no flag.
Yeah, they waved it off for whatever the.
So now 5 of 10 for 58 yards. Shear moving behind Keeney. As they're going to give it to Shear, tries running to the left side. Chee is able to get him there as well, Sights, but he does gain a few to get toward the 5. Oh, Harris is actually there on the stop. So 3rd down and goal. Going to say he only gained 2. Shear again lining up behind Keeney. And now trying to crowd 3 receivers who are lining up, especially over there on the far side with Potter. Keeney checking his wristband, getting a little bit of pressure. Now as he gets brought down.
Yeah, again,
Sights there.
a good penetration there by the Blue Ridge defensive line, unable to get to Tricky before a receiver could come open. I'm sorry.
Keeney.
To,
Bix is in to attempt a 35-yarder. Let's see if he's able to convert. Already feeling like a little bit of a letdown as pressure comes from the left. The kick is up and just over the crossbar. 10-0. The Longhorns will take the lead, but got to feel a little let down after that started 1st and goal from the 4. But still a 2-possession lead here with 7:42 to go in the 2nd quarter. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
2 runs.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff. Bix has it set up on the 40. He opened the ball game with an uneven number of players on either side. But we learned last week that we're learning the rule book here as McGowan is going to catch that one on a big hop, come over to the near side before he's run out of bounds at the 25-ish.
And they did have one more player this time to the left of the kicker, so.
Parton there with the stop. As this feels as if the Yellow Jackets, who received the opening kickoff, need to, if it absolutely nothing else, occupy some clock. 7:33 to go. They're trailing 10-0. The offense has been stalling. It had 2 interceptions as Berlin has been facing some pressure from this big Payson front. He's got Harris standing behind him. And he's going to get the call, trying to move to the left, immediately having to make men miss. This time he's able to run through a tackler to get to the 30, and a big gain on first down.
A really good, strong run there by Harris as he again was met right at the line of scrimmage, was able to shake off some tackles and finish that run really well.
Pickup of 8. He had 12 yards on his first carry. Since then, in his next 5, his largest gain was 6. That included 2 or 3 for negative yardage, depending on how you were reading the spot. So now he has 7 carries for 29 yards, 7 minutes to play in the half, trailing 10. And with the passing game trying to get in sync, you can understand why maybe he's expecting this one to come his way, and it does so, but he's immediately again having to run around tacklers in the backfield. But after a hard cut that looked like it nearly was going to upend him, he's able to keep his footing and gain 7 for a first down.
Yeah, again, another tough run, and I think when they're getting all that type of penetration and that pressure, you got one cut and then you got to go. And he's done a good job of that, and he's finishing these runs off.
17 yards on 2 carries. 38 yards now on 8 for the game as Harris, momentary workhorse. Now he gives way to McGowan. 2 receivers going out wide left. A single man on the near side is James. Instead, Berlin, after a short drop, looking toward the far sideline again into triple coverage. Sarche was the intended man, but it sails incomplete. There's not an awful lot that Berlin's able to do with the pressure that he is under here throughout the first half.
Yeah, he's going to have to make quick decisions and know where he needs to go with the football.
Payson's already knocked off Round Valley. That was in a tight one where the Elk had to go into a backup quarterback situation. So they've been able to put pressure on one of their region foes, as now Berlin facing 2nd and 10. Turn and give to McGowan as he's spun down after a very short gain of 1. It's a big 3rd and long here with 6 minutes to play. Payson is going to get the ball to start the second half.
Again, just really good penetration. Again, as you said earlier, the front 7 of Payson is just controlling the line of scrimmage right here, making it awfully tough for Blue Ridge to get anything.
I don't know if anybody needs a DJ, but this Payson PA guy could get you hyped.
Oh, he is as good as I've heard. We're on the other side of the field, and you can still feel it.
3rd down and 9 as this one's coming back. Had by Tricky, runs over the midfield line and able to get down to the Payson 43. Gain of 14 as Herrera and Shear able to get the stop. That was a huge one for a variety of reasons. That's the first completion for positive yards since well deep into the first quarter. Also keeps possession with the Yellow Jackets as Harris is able to bounce that one to the left of the lane, get out to the 30, and another first down after that gain of 13. Herrera there with the stop.
Yeah, nice, just a nice quick hitter there by Harris. Hits the hole really quick, gets to the second level, makes the guy miss, and is able to finish that run for about 15 yards.
5 minutes to play, 10-0, Payson leading, but the Yellow Jackets are marching. Got receivers on either side, including 2 on this near side. Instead, handoff goes McGowan to the right side, catches the edge, gets down to the 24.
Yeah, you can tell Blue Ridge has seemed to pick the pace up a little bit. They're playing a little harder, going a little quicker, and I think it's helping offset some of that pressure.
McGowan is late getting up after the tackle. It looks like he maybe just had the wind knocked out of him. As we take a look at the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report, it has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. Is again not necessarily favoring any of his limbs or anything, but definitely in distress. See if we can take a look at how this play ended. Well, he got hit hard by Gurecki right in the shoulder to the breadbasket, and hopefully he's just trying to catch his breath down there.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. Anyone who's played football understands that feeling, I think.
Now poking around the left side of his rib cage. Anybody who's separated ribs knows the agony that he's in right now. So We'll go ahead and give him a moment as his team's trailing 10-0 here, 4:44 to go in the second quarter. It's Show Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Well, McGowan tried to sit up under his own power and immediately went back down and now scooped up and is being carried off the field. Thoughts and prayers to that young man as the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report right now looking grim for the #2 ball carrier for the Yellow Jackets. We'll try to keep an eye on that one. As it's 2nd down and 4, he did gain 6 on that carry. Harris back out in the pistol. Fake the handoff. Throw this one to the near side. Nearly caught after it was juggled, though. Nice play there to wrap him up. I believe that was Shear. Tricky nearly had that one still. The Yellow Jackets, as soon as they get a little bit of momentum going, that was a pretty good delivery there by Berlin.
Yeah,
just
you can
couldn't haul
see
it in.
Blue Ridge has gone to those shorter kind of hitch routes rather than anything deep, allowing the quarterback to do the ball out of his hands quick. I think it's a good adjustment. They just got to come down with that ball.
3rd down and 4. Fake again the handoff to Harris. Again looking for Tricky. Again toward the pylon, but Shear was able to keep in front, put a hand up, and knock it away before the ball dropped. There is a flag down on the far side of the field. This seems as if it's probably an illegal formation.
Yeah, from where that flag come from, you'd assume it's a formation penalty here, but especially since they are ineligible.
Ineligible man downfield. So penalty is declined. Blue Ridge needs to get some points on the board here as they're trailing 10-0. Got 5 of 11 for 29 yards is Luke Berlin, and they're going for it on 4th down. But before the ball can be snapped, whistles blow, and Payson wants to take a timeout. Leading 10-0, 4:22 to play in the half. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
After the Longhorns take their first time out, Tricky goes in motion to the left side, trips in that direction. Watch for Harris to run to the near side. Oh, but now everybody's bouncing around. This could go either way. Looked as if maybe Payson was in the neutral zone, but instead they're going to have Blue Ridge leaving early. So back them up 5 to make it 4th and 9. It would be a difficult field goal of about 45 yards.
Yeah, that was kind of a bang-bang, but like 3 Blue Ridge linemen had taken off to go. It's hard not to get that called on the offensive linemen when they move.
Harris has runs of 8 and 9 and 13 yards on this possession. Tricky's going to come out, split wide to the left side. Single man out on the right is Robeson. Again, pressure being shown from the Longhorns, but now backing away. Berlin trying to survey as now a whistle blows. Oh, and the play clock ran out. So backing up another 5 yards. What was 4th and 4 has turned into 4th and 14. All the way back at the Payson 34. The other concern here at this point is that if the Yellow Jackets don't convert, this is not bad field position. And I again have to remind that the Longhorns are going to receive the kick to start the second half.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised maybe if there's a quick kick coming from the quarterback or something along those lines. Like you said, you don't want to turn the ball over with this field position.
Berlin starts moving to the left. Comes back, it was deflected, intended for Robeson, but Gertner, I think, got a hand on it before he was able to get there. Initially moving Berlin to the left. Oh, no, it wasn't. He was just kind of thrown on the wrong shoulder there for Robeson. So when it looked as if the Yellow Jackets were going to threaten a couple of penalty flags, and we shifted the keys to the game toward who's going to make the fewer mistakes. And since we did that, the Blue Ridge, both sides of the football, has just been having a hard time both playing cleanly and avoiding turnovers. There's now a couple of movements along the Payson offensive line. Man coming in motion to the near side is Herrera. Instead, they're going to throw this one out where it's picked off. Taken away by Tricky, and he's got a convoy going on the far sideline. One man to beat as he cuts around Keeney. And then the Yellow Jackets ever need that.
Yeah, they were looking at Payson potentially going in for a score and getting the ball back. Great read there by Tricky to jump that from his safety position and go in untouched.
Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown. I believe that was 45 yards on the pick and run. And now in to do a little bit of kicking here. Is that Adrian Diaz? As a high snap is brought down, the kick is away and no good. So 10-6, Payson will still lead with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Huge turn of events there after the big defensive stop, but Blue Ridge is on the board. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Diaz ready to kick it away. It's the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, go to NBC, pay the lowest tuition in the state. As he kicks this one shorter, be had at the 20 or 15 by Potter. Runs into traffic and starts trying to bounce it outside, but Seitz is able to catch him up by the shirt tail, and then the ball's free. Blue Ridge says it has it. No official yet has concurred, and now it is official.
Well, and Payson was firmly in control of the football game. Interception. They get a crucial 4th down stop. Promptly turn the ball over to an interception and a fumble now, and now all the momentum is on Blue Ridge's side.
Leonardo Campos there picking up the loose ball. And now can the Yellow Jackets capitalize with 4 minutes and 3 seconds to play here in the half. Looking like they were deflated, trailing 10-0. And now turning and giving way to Harris, who's trying to run to the near side. Ooh-wee. McAnerney, that name again. McAnerney is able to track down Harris. He does gain a few.
Yeah, good job again. He's a middle linebacker and just following the play, and boy, he plays hard.
Payson roster feels like it was drawn up by Mark Twain. McAnerney there with the stop to set up 2nd down and 7. There's 3.5 minutes to play as they turn and give that one to Harris, but he's not going to be able to run through 4 blitzing Longhorns. Sosi there with the stop and a loss of 2. Looks like McGowan is about to get loaded into a golf cart and might have to go get medical treatment. But meanwhile, 3rd down and 10 after a loss of 3. Berlin wants to move the pocket to the left side, drops it off underneath, immediately met and stopped. No gain on the incompletion, as that was intended for Tricky. No, I think that was Robeson. Who was there on that stop? Immediately meeting him was Sanchez, Caden Sanchez.
Caden Sanchez. And boy, there's the Payson defenders really attack the ball carrier. They go hard, aggressive.
So after the opening, or the kick, not the opening kick, after the interception was returned, Blue Ridge facing a 4th and 10. Have not yet been able to gain any yardage because of the net. Jumping into the neutral zone nearly after the hard count from Berlin, but all the Longhorns remain stationary. And now stopping play. A timeout from Blue Ridge as the play clock might have been getting close. 2:45 to go. First half, 10-6, 4 combined turnovers. But meanwhile, throughout the state of Arizona, got a 10-10 score at Marcos Deniza as the Padres were able to get some points late in that first half. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 10-10. They scored on the last play of the first half to tie that up. Some 3A scores. Ben Franklin is up on Florence 14-0 in the second quarter in a big game. Thatcher's up 21-0 on Safford.
Sholo was up 20?
Sholo's also up 21-0 on Monument Valley in the second quarter as well.
And Bradshaw Mountain, what was that score? 25-7 over Mingus. Cactus beat Verado 50-41 yesterday, as we're keeping track of a couple of the Lobos' big wins. Seton Catholic is playing who this week? They moved up to number 7 in the most recent rankings, so they're getting the W's, and they got a favorable schedule as Blue Ridge uses its second timeout. We'll keep an eye on those scores. 4th down and 10. 2 receivers going out wide left. Tricky, the lone man on the near side. Fake the handoff. Harris rolling to the left. Now going back. Tricky's got some space in the end zone. The pass is delivered, and he scores it. A Comfort Fit Denture touchdown, 24 yards out. And the Yellow Jackets move in front.
Really nice job, kind of that half roll to the left and then throwing back on that post route to Tricky, and a really good throw.
What a huge turn of events. Huge. 2 turnovers on as many plays. And when the Longhorns looked like they were riding high, now the Yellow Jackets trying to go for 2 to make it a 14-10 lead. Got a big package behind Berlin. Turn, give. Harris runs to the right side. He's in. 14-10 with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the half. The Longhorns now playing from behind for the first time. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
To run through a huge crease in the Blue Ridge defense and coverage. No flags, as he looked like he might have taken a knee at around the 20, and instead another huge turn of events.
Yeah, again, it looked like he kind of bobbled that debate about whether maybe his knee went down, picked that thing up, and he hit that hole hard, got through one tackle and made the kicker miss, and next thing you know, all the momentum is back with Payson.
Well, we tried to squeeze in an extra break for you, folks. We know that you love it when we pay our bills. It's not that you missed all of the exciting play. As Herrera has given Payson the lead back, his Bix in to try to make it a 17-14 affair. And nearly blocked, but he's able to power it through. It's a roller coaster of emotions up in here.
Yeah,
Let's just take a quick recap. 2 interceptions thrown by Berlin in the first quarter. It seemed like it had all of the momentum on Payson's side, but a pick 6 that was taken by Tricky and got about 45 yards to get Blue Ridge on the board, missed the extra point, but then the ensuing kickoff is fumbled by, that was Potter who fumbled that one. Campos was able to recover. Blue Ridge had to go 4th and 10 to try to take advantage, but a great delivery between Berlin and Tricky were able to give the Yellow Jackets a lead for a very short period of time. Looked like they were trying to kick that and keep it away from either Shear or Gurecke, but Herrera's a playmaker in his own right. And again, it looked like he slipped. It's cold, the first really chilly night, and I'm sure that the turf is getting awfully slick. And he keeps his elbows and knees off of the turf and then just goes on a run. His wedge had already been established, so all he really needed to do was make sure that he stayed upright, and he did. So 17-14. Payson set to kick it away as they're going to do a little dribbler that has fallen on. That's an interesting choice. Perhaps they suspected that they could catch the Yellow Jackets napping, but not so, as immediately falling on that one, Jared Cox gives the Yellow Jackets excellent field position with a timeout and 2 minutes and 24 seconds to play.
Yeah, they'll be starting right around midfield, and I think Payson trying to capitalize on the momentum there and hoping to get another turnover and maybe add one more score before half. But
Payson has 2 timeouts. Berlin now thrown for 53 yards, 24 of them coming on that last pass. He pulls it back, tries to run to the near side, but again, this Payson front 7 is just phenomenal. An ambulance now is pulling up behind the home bleachers. Marinelli is there with the stop, but I think that is probably for the injured McGowan. McGowan is still on the table here as Payson calls timeout. So while there's been all sorts of excitement with both sides on the offensive and defensive ends, kind of a pall cast over the ball game as McGowan is right now being blanketed literally, and they're trying to deliver some comfort to him. We don't know what we suspected. First it was got the wind knocked out of him, then we thought it might be ribs. Then as we were watching him on the table, thought it might be a hip, but either an ambulance or a fire truck is here, and I think that they are going to take him to get some more certain medical care, as we can again let you know that that is the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. Has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. And Carter McGowan, we wish a speedy recovery. Oh, it says, I think that this timeout is taken because they need to get the medical personnel on the field. Payson has all taken a knee. Blue Ridge right now huddled up near its sideline. They are walking a couple of medics behind the end zone. I believe that directionally is to the west. So we'll take a timeout, as I think that they've stopped play because they need to get McGowan to Payson's equivalent of a hospital. I assume they have one here.
Well, I don't know. I've never been hurt here, so I don't know if there is a hospital here
God
or not.
willing,
but
you never will. But we'll take a timeout. 17-14, 2:08 to play in the half. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Is there a hospital?
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait, including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
I got the EMTs working on getting McGowan out of here. Just hate to see it, as it's second down and 8. The ambulance is now driving on the track as Berlin drops back, trying to set up a screen. It looks like Payson looked like they were sniffing that one out. Trying to drop this one up over the top where Harris is able to gather it on the near sideline. Catch it at the 30. Brought down at the 23. And a flag. Is that a flag that comes out late?
Yeah, from the back judge. I don't know if that'll be a helmet-to-helmet call. Really nice play by Berlin as he broke from the pocket, was able to deliver that ball and hit Harris in stride.
So a 26-yard passing play, and Herrera is whistled for helmet-to-helmet contact. As you watch now, Harris with a great grab. He was in the act of being tackled from behind, and Herrera just trying to make the stop. Some fans are underneath us right now saying that they ought to kick him out. I think that's a little, is there give way to Harris, who's able to cut up on going to the left and run that one inside the 10. 17-14, Payson leading, but now after the great throw from Berlin, great catch from Harris, they can get a first down inside the 5. That was a gain of 6 for Harris, who now has 58 yards. Now trying to run it to the right side. Gets upended as he gets to the goal line, but he's in. From 8 yards out, a Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown for Karlo Harris.
Yeah, just another good off-tackle run. He broke that. Again, the linebacker meets him at the line of scrimmage. He was able to shake that off and get to the end zone.
I mean, it lands directly on his neck as McGowan is right now being put into an ambulance. Oh, boy. He's up and hopping around and okay as Harris, after his 8-yard touchdown run. Diaz trying to make it a 21-17 lead and is able to do so with 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the half. It's back and forth here at Payson High School. The Yellow Jackets back in front. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Met a couple of different times. It bounces out to the right side and runs into the end zone, but a flag is down.
Sideline. It's a sideline warning.
It might just be a sideline warning.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, this side judge threw the flag. Sideline warning. Sideline. Almost a repeat of the previous. They kick it.
Well, except this time he was met twice by would-be tacklers.
He bobbled the ball again. Was able to shake off the tackles and run that thing back. They may want to start kicking the ball to the other side of the field.
Herrera has returned consecutive kicks after touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, and in both of them it looked like it almost knocked him down. This time it seemed as if they were kicking it right at him like the water boy.
Yeah, I spent a couple of years coaching 8-man football down in southern Arizona, and this feels like an 8-man game the last 2 or 3 minutes. Wide open, big plays, kick returns. The last 2 minutes have been jam-packed with entertainment.
Now that one seemed as if he had it at the 20. Looked like he ran into tacklers at the 30. By the way, that was the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, you can go to Northland Pioneer College, pay the lowest tuition in the state. He was met by at least one man that seemed like he could have brought him down, but Herrera's a big dude. Kind of knocked him away, started trying to run to his right, looked like he was met by another couple of tacklers, and just bounced off of him and then turned on the Jets. Listed as a, he's not listed, he's just an athlete. I thought he might spend some time right around the line of scrimmage almost as a tight end, but he's got some quicks. And now the Yellow Jackets are right back down 24-21.
It'll be interesting to see the adjustments made in the kicking game come the second half for Blue Ridge. Again, they got a kickoff coming out of halftime. So
back to receive this for the Yellow Jackets is James. And it's angling toward James as he wants to run along the near hash, looking for some blocking help as he goes over the 30 before he's spilled. 56 seconds, and the Yellow Jackets only have one timeout. Or do they have any timeouts? They might not have any. This has just been one wild night of football, and there's only one half in the books yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get in the second half.
Berlin has now thrown for 79 yards on 7 of 15 efforts. Tricky has been his favorite target. Got 38 yards on 2 catches. Comes out wide on the near side. Empty backfield as he's looking toward Tricky. Now pressured. Throws this one underneath where it was had by Chee. Catches that one for 4 yards, but the clock's going to start up.
Yeah, interesting to watch. These corners are kind of playing on the outside, giving up those inside releases. I would be interested to see if Blue Ridge is going to pick up on that and start getting some posts and slants.
30 seconds to play. Empty backfield again for Berlin as he takes the short drop, looking over the middle. Drops this one up where it's intercepted at the 50. Gareke is going toward the far side. He's got some blocking help as he gets to the far sideline. Berlin stops him before he is able to cut it back toward the interior, but he's inside the 10. And this is going to be 1st and goal for the Longhorns, who have a couple of timeouts, leading 24-21.
Yeah, interested to see what Berlin saw in the middle. I don't know if he just assumed he would come open, but it's hard to kind of lob that ball up in the middle of the field like that, and those safeties are going to make a play on that ball every time.
Marco Gareke leads the team with 81 yards per game through the air. He only has 1 catch for 13 yards, but that a huge interception as they fake the handoff to Shear. No, it's going to be kept by Keeney. And Chee gets the stop. 9 seconds left as Payson quickly uses one of its 2 final timeouts.
Interesting play call there. I thought they'd be throwing the ball with the clock the way it was, but
even though they really haven't run many offensive plays of the Longhorns in the second quarter, they've really kind of gone away from the run entirely, so perhaps just trying to catch them flat-footed. But 9 seconds with the timeout, they can still do pretty much whatever they want. Got the favorite target thus far has been Mason Herrera, who's got 2 catches for 26 yards. Lucas Lee caught a touchdown. He has 2 catches for 14 yards. But this is a very well-rounded aerial attack for Payson. They got 5 receivers, and they pretty much all get an equal share. Get the 2 touchdowns scored from Herrera on kickoff returns. And then we're able to use one of the 2 interceptions that they took away from Berlin to get a 3-ball up there. But trying to go up 31-21 and then going to get the ball back to start the second half. Huge interception there, the 3rd that was thrown by Berlin at the end here of the first half.
Yeah, if they're going to get a kick return and then another score and then get the ball at half, that'll be a big momentum change.
Throwing this one, and it's tipped and picked off. Harris is going to be brought down from behind by Herrera. There is a flag. I think that Harris tipped that to himself. There's a flag in the end zone.
Yeah, great play by Harris. Is that linebacker getting in that passing lane. I played that perfectly.
It's unsportsmanlike on Blue Ridge. But is that after?
I guess the important thing now is going to be, was it pre or post turnover? It looks like they're marking that ball on the interception.
So the marker is on the other side of the field. Whatever had happened, we can't see it. But it looked like the signal was an unsportsmanlike flag on Blue Ridge. And now it looks like the Yellow Jacket offense is coming back out.
Yeah, it looks like it was post turnover. Whatever it was, they signaled a unsportsmanlike conduct.
All right, here's a wider view. I still can't see what looked as if maybe somebody had thrown a block into Potter. So what looked as if it was going to be a 27-21 advantage, worst case for the Longhorns, the game's 5th interception, are going to have Payson settling for a 24-21 advantage. We're going into the break here, 24-21. Longhorns have the lead. It's Show Ford's presentation of high school football on Night Talk 106.7 and NightTalk1067.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 premium luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
This is iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
How old is he? He's like 12 or 13.
The Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime report. It's cold out here. We're having a hard time staying focused.
Everything is a little slow.
For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before you get to the Honda Casino. Well, there's our miscue. There's been enough to go around. I think that the broadcasters deserve one as well. This game has featured 5 interceptions, a couple of breakdowns in kickoff coverage, and I mean, otherwise on the offensive side, you got Nolan Keeney, who ordinarily throws for 170 yards a game, just 58. Berlin ordinarily throws for 170 yards a game, just 83. He's a little bit more close to his target but a vast majority of that has come from 2 receptions, one of 24 and one of 26 yards that were spectacular pitches and catches, but otherwise he seems like he's been really kept off balance by all the pressure that Payson's been bringing, and Keeney just hasn't really had a chance.
Yeah, there have been so many big plays on the Payson side. The offense hasn't hardly been on the field with the interception return. I'm sorry, that was the Blue Ridge had the interception return, but the short fields on the interceptions from Blue Ridge, the 2 kick returns. I mean, I'm sure the plays run are probably 30-15. I would guess probably 2-1 in favor of Blue Ridge, but it's been a half of big plays, a half of mistakes. I'm interested to see what the second half is going to bring. In a game like this, I would assume everyone's going to kind of calm down a little bit. I would bet that both coaches kind of lean into that running game a little bit more, try to get a little more continuity going forward. But
now, as you see here, one of the biggest stories has just been the pressure that both sides have been able to bring. That one coming on Payson's first possession, but the Longhorn front 7 has been really causing Berlin some problems. I don't know if he's been sacked, but definitely 2 of his interceptions have been a result of just the pressure that he's been constantly been placed under. Harris has rushed for 66 yards, and much of that coming on their last couple of possessions for the Yellow Jackets, but otherwise he's not been able to really find a lot to happen. He's having to make people miss in the backfield. That's something that the Longhorns can continue to count on as this game ages.
Yeah, some of that it looks like they've schemed for that. They're shifting their defensive linemen just right before the snap and then bringing linebackers in some of those spots that they've opened up. I'm sure that's confusing the Blue Ridge offensive line a little bit. So if they can continue to kind of scheme up that pressure, I would think that they're going to continue to get people in the backfield. I would expect, and I think Blue Ridge kind of leaned into that a little bit that late second quarter. Some of those quick hitting runs are the way you counter that pressure. If you can just break that one tackle, you're open for 10, 12, 15-yard runs. So.
Now, we had suggested that we were shifting our keys to the game to which side can make the fewer mistakes, and that kind of opened the floodgates. As you got both the interceptions from both sides, the breakdowns in coverage, especially from the Blue Ridge perspective. Is either of those elements, especially looking at potentially special teams, something that the Yellow Jackets can quickly correct at halftime, or what do they need to do to try to make sure that especially Herrera isn't going off and going nuts?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the first thing I would be doing is Herrera's been playing this right sideline. I'd be kicking the ball to the left sideline. First of all, that would be the first thing I would do. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and some squib kicks or some onside kicks and things like that just to keep the ball out of his hands. I think that's probably the easiest of the problems to fix, at least on their side of it. And then they got to get, the quarterback, London's got to – Berlin, I'm sorry, has got to find I don't know if he's just making some pre-snap reads and he's just deciding where the ball is going to go before he sees it. Probably just needs to relax a little bit, see it, and then deliver a good throw.
As we're watching Franco Harris get that stop on the replay here, if you're joining us with the video, Karlo Harris, beg your pardon. Two big reasons that name is on the mind. What do you think that Harris could do to try to settle Berlin's passing game?
Yeah, I think early in the game he did a really good job picking up a couple of blitzers on one of their pass plays. I think that, but if they would, again, those linebackers are coming so hard. I think if they can get him early, they can get a few big chunk runs out of him. That'll keep those linebackers more interested in playing that run than the pass.
It's 43 degrees at halftime, and love coming up the hill and seeing that even in what feels like freezing temperatures, Kona Ice is in the house. What is going on up here? So 24-21 score at halftime. We'll continue with the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear on the mountain, go up to Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of the casino on the 260. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6? Premium luxury with only 44,000 miles. It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Continuing the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show for the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear. Go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. As we take a quick look at the numbers with Luke Berlin, 8 of 17 for 83 yards. He has a touchdown but 3 interceptions. The targets have been Sarche caught 1 for 12 yards. Tricky caught 2 for 38. Harris 2 for 24. Chee 2 for 10. Harris leading the ground attack, 66 yards on 13 carries. McGowan carried it twice for 7 yards and has been taken away in an ambulance. For the Longhorns, Nolan Keeney has gone 5 for 12 for 58 yards, but his last 2 attempts were intercepted. He's got one to Gareke, who has just 13 yards, though he picked off Berlin and nearly ran it into the end zone. Mason Herrera, 2 catches for 26 yards. Lucas Lee, 2 catches for 14 yards, including a 12-yard touchdown. And Keaton Potter, 1 for 7. Gareke carried it once while running the Wildcat, didn't gain any yards. Bert Shear has carried it twice for 6 yards. Keeney has been sacked twice, otherwise he has a 6-yard run. Gunnar Lee carried it once for 5 yards. Potter carried it once for 4 yards. So not an awful lot of offense for the Longhorns, but 24 points, in large part because 2 kickoffs were returned, 4 touchdowns by Mason Herrera. Indeed, that is the formation that we are expecting after this break to start the second half. 24-21 as we wrap up the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to Honda Casino. Second half after this, Show Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
This has been iTalk 106.7's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 premium luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Getting ready to start the second half. We take one more run by the Ace Hardware keys to the game. Next time you need next time you're locked out of your car, just need a key replaced. Any day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholo. We kind of evolved that one into stop making mistakes, somebody. Is that still the way we're going?
Well, I think that's got to be that way, right? Like, I think the team that executes this thing going forward has got the best shot at winning this game.
So the Northland Pioneer College kickoff now on the approach. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. You'll pay the lowest tuition in the state. Herrera is on the 20, close to the Blue Ridge sideline, and this one blasted over his head and into the end zone. Well, I didn't know Diaz had that in him.
No, I've been wondering why they've been kicking it to the short man. If I didn't realize he had that kind of leg. I guess that's one way to handle, just kick it over him.
Had Hunter Kraus, who was exchanging what turned into pleasantries with McAnerney. But we also had the unsportsmanlike flag thrown against Blue Ridge at the end of it, so got to keep an eye also on everybody's disposition. As Keeney's coming out, 58 yards, but 2 interceptions on his last 2 efforts. High snap brought down, get it to Shear, who is met as soon as he gets to the left of the line, runs forward for a few. Hopkins there with the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, good play, good team football there with 3 players on the football.
Longhorns with the 3-point edge. Is Keeney, who ordinarily throws for 169 yards, has just not been able to get a rhythm established. Got 2 receivers going to the right side. Man off the line near Herrera. Nope, that's not Herrera. That is Potter off to the left. A little bit of pressure shown from the Yellow Jackets, but it's going to be Shearer. He's able to get to the second level over the 25. Nice recovery there by Blue Ridge. So it looked like he might have been able to get free a little bit, but Campos is there with the stop.
Yeah, Blue Ridge had that right end is out pretty wide. Looks like Payson tried to run underneath him, but good flow from the linebackers to shut that down. That looked like that was going to be a first down.
So instead, 3rd and 4. 2 running plays to start. There's a high snap, faked. Keeney wants to keep that one. Bounces off a man in the backfield, trying to get to the edge on the far side. Tricky makes the stop. It's right around the 30. And Keeney looks to be short. Tricky ran him out of bounds at the 26. So he gains a yard. And now a 3 and out here and a huge stop for the Blue Ridge defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed after giving up that last kick return. And getting that stop inside the 10 on that last possession, get a stop here and get the ball back.
Tricky back to receive a punt that is high and angling to the far sideline, rolling over the 40 into the 35. Let's see who that Payson kicker was. That was a nice job. Hepley. So 10.5 minutes to go in the third. 24-21, the Yellow Jackets trail, but perhaps with a little bit of momentum, as I believe that's the first 3 and out from either side.
Yeah, I think maybe the first possession that Payson had, maybe, but it's certainly one of 2 maybe at the most.
8 of 17 for 83 yards. Luke Berlin out with Harris standing shortly behind him. A little bit of pressure shown from the Longhorns. It's going to be thrown over the top. Tricky wide open, but misses him.
Really well designed. Again, we talked about those outside corners having that outside leverage, giving up that inside release. Tricky hit that on that kind of that short, shallow post, and they waited for the linebacker to clear and just missed on that pass.
One wonders if the echoes of all the pressure from the first half was ringing in Berlin's ears. As didn't look like he was necessarily pressured before he unloaded that one, but still a wild miss as he hands this one to Harris, runs over the 40 before he's tripped up at the 42.
Yeah, nice run there by Harris off that right end, and I would suspect that we're going to see a lot of Harris the second half.
Gareke there with the stop. That's a 9-yard gain. 3rd down and short. As running off the field, here's Sam James. Sarche as well. Bigger package here for the Yellow Jackets, including a couple of blockers. Oh, and then they jump before they get to the line.
Yeah, you go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. Those are big penalties.
And indeed, the Longhorns a little bit on their heels after that run from Harris. So now do they keep the same package out there? James and Sarche still on the sideline. He's got Harris, who is going to come out deep with 2 blockers in front of him. Everybody pulled in close into the box as they fake the handoff. Now send 3 receivers out. Berlin, sidearm throw is going to be deflected, picked up, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, again, I don't know if he's feeling that pressure, but a lot of his throws are coming off his back foot, dropping that arm angle to deliver the ball.
How unusual is that? I think you're right that maybe Payson's first possession was a 3 and out, but 2 3 and outs to start. 9:41 to play. Back to receive here for the Longhorns is Potter. Where's Herrera? There's a little bit of pressure. Tricky sends it up the side of his foot, and they're going to have this one around midfield. It'll be Payson football on the Longhorn 48.
I don't know if that came off the side. I thought that Payson was at 22. I thought may have got a hand on it.
Well, the Longhorns have had excellent field position at times, just have not been able to take advantage. Got a field goal after an interception was returned into the red zone. Then had another one returned inside the 5. But that ended in an interception. So starting now just 52 yards away from extending the lead. 24-21 advantage for Payson. Hand this one off to McAnery, and he gets stopped before he gets to the line of scrimmage by Hunter Krause and Robeson.
Yeah, really nice play there by Krause to meet him in the backfield.
So the Longhorns now with 3 running plays here in the second half. Receivers going out wide right. Lone man on the near side, Potter. As Keeney checks things at the line. Still plenty of time to get a play off. As he takes the snap. Wants to set up a screen, it seems. Instead, he's going to move the pocket. Now drop this one off on the outside. McAnerny has got to catch that at midfield. Go outside toward the 40-yard line. Tricky makes the stop, but it's very close to the sticks and will be a first down.
And a really good job there. That little kind of roll out to that right drew that inside defender up, and he was able to get the ball behind him. to the running back and give him some space to run and create that first down.
First catch for McAnerney makes this one 1st and 10 from the Blue Ridge 41. 3-point lead for Payson as they clear quick out to Herrera. Wants to try to make 2 men miss. Instead, he's going to get held up by Gurecki as blocker. Harris there with the stop. Had he gone through those 2 tacklers, that would have been it.
And almost got there, but Harris wasn't going to let go. Just again, a nice easy throw, kind of that wide receiver screen, make it an easy ball to complete. Good for gain on first down for Payson.
2nd and 5. Empty the backfield. Keeney again wanted to go with the screen. Instead, he's going to go underneath. Looking for Herrera, but the pass was kind of behind him and a bit low. 8:02, 24-21. Payson facing 3rd and 5 from the Blue Ridge 36.
It looks like that was that same play they ran 2 plays ago with that running back caught out in the flat. Again, a really good job by the outside linebacker there for Blue Ridge to get out in that pass lane.
So both sides have exchanged punts here to start the second half. Keeney again checking his sideline. Nobody's moving around as he's got 10 seconds to get the play off. Blue Ridge bringing a little bit of pressure. Goes this one toward the flats, and Payson's sideline wants Tricky to be flagged for interference, but nothing is coming. Gurecki there, the intended receiver, and he's a little bit hobbled coming off the floor. Taking a look at the replay here. That was bang, bang. Here's a better look.
Yeah, I think the problem, he didn't really cut that route off. He kind of floated, gave some ground, which allowed Tricky to get back and make a play on that thing. If he squares that route off, it's a little easier catch.
Going for it on 4th and 5. Yellow Jackets showing a bit of pressure. Keeney, couple of hard counts, and now the play clock expires. Don't think that they had, nope. Ooh, gonna use a timeout.
Ooh.
Timeout with 7:57 to go. And they must still be intending to go for it. Leading 3 here in the 3rd quarter. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
So Payson uses a timeout with 7:57 to go in the 3rd to set up this 4th and 5. If they cannot convert here, the Longhorns might really rue this decision. Blue Ridge was showing pressure. They got 2 receivers on either side of the line. An empty backfield for Keeney, who starts moving to the right, pressured, unloads, and has it intercepted. Sam James along the far sideline, and they burn a timeout to turn it over with the 3rd pick thrown by Keeney.
Yeah, again, throwing that ball late after he's rolling out and throwing it while he's on the move. Didn't have the arm strength that he normally would have, and safety did a good job undercutting that throw.
So it's returned to the 47. 7:50 to go. Blue Ridge couldn't move the chains on its first possession. Excellent field position, roughly where Payson started. As Berlin with an empty backfield, though Harris comes off the line to come back and get it, tries to get to midfield, but excellent play there from, again, the front 7 from these Longhorns. Winds up gaining 3. Gertner there with the stop. Harris now with 77 yards on 15 carries. If I'm the Yellow Jackets, I'm going to give him a steady dose.
Yeah, and it's not that it's cold. We now got some wind blowing too, which is making it feel even colder. I would think that.
Second down, they're calling it 8, right at midfield. Harris behind Berlin in the pistol. Pressure being shown from the Longhorns. Pull it back. Berlin wanted to run. Now he's surrounded. Tries to cut back in reverse field. Gets over the 50 and then slides at the 45. And Herrera is fortunate that he didn't pick up another targeting flag there. Never really made contact, but he did not allow the quarterback to give himself up.
No, and you don't see that very often in high school football either, right? Most quarterbacks are most quarterbacks don't slide. They want to finish those runs off typically. So
3rd down and 2. Offset pistol. Harris is again deep. Berlin with pressure being shown by the Longhorns. Short drop, now pressured from behind, and gets rid of it, throws it over the top where it's had by Tricky, and topped by the shoelaces by Herrera, but down to the 25, a pickup of 20 and a first down.
Well, he held that ball to the very last second. It looked like that sack was coming all the way through, but he just slid out to his right, was able to deliver that ball perfectly to Tricky.
Woo-wee. It looked like I couldn't see who was bringing the pressure from behind him, the blind side, but Berlin, stalwart, holds on, and now into the red zone as they turn and give to Harris. Cuts it up over to the left side as he gets toward the 10. Marinelli there with the stop, but not before he gains 9.
Yeah, it feels like that running game starting to impact that Payson defense a little bit here.
24-21, the Longhorns lead with 5:48 to go in the third. As both offenses have had a hard time finding their footing, Karlo Harris has now got 86 yards, but stood up before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3, 3rd down and 5.
Again, Parton coming in from the linebacker position and getting him 2-3 yards deep in the backfield again.
Going to say it's 3rd and 3. He only lost 2, but it takes it back to the 15. Diaz probably within his leg strength, but he's missed an extra point already. Tricky coming out wide right. Keep an eye on him as they're moving the pocket in this direction. A little bit of blocking help for Berlin as he's come all the way to the sideline. Wants to throw it back, got a man wide open in the end zone, but he's not going to be able to find him. Eventually a coverage sack as all alone back on the other side of the field was Robeson. But the duress that Berlin was under might not have just taken him out of field goal range as Gertner was there as well as Bretton Lee.
Yeah, I think once you get that ball out to the sideline, that you may want to throw that thing away and, kind of live to fight another day.
Loss of 8 makes it 4th and 11, and the Yellow Jacket offense is remaining out there. Got a couple of players moving along the front, but no flags forthcoming as Berlin fakes the handoff, wants to move this time to the left. Got some time as he throws this one underneath, but it's going to be in and out of the hands of Sarche. And the Longhorn defense holds. Oh, brother.
Well, they felt like Blue Ridge had all the momentum early on that drive, and again, taking that sack on that 3rd down made that thing an awfully difficult 4th down conversion.
He caught that, would have caught it, I should say, at the 10, and his inertia was taking him toward the grass. I don't know if that was going to be a first down, but
I think it was right at the sticks. It would have been close. But
so now what can Payson do offensively after the Longhorn D just picked up the offense? 3 of the last 6 passes have been intercepted by Keeney, who's this time going to hand off this one to McInerney as he tries to find some space going over the left side. Harris stops him after a gain of 2.
Well, I will say that the Blue Ridge defensive line is holding up really well. They're undersized, compared to Payson, but they're tough. They fight quick, and they've in essence shut down this Payson running game tonight.
McInerney still on the left there. Keeney from the shotgun. 2 receivers coming to the near side. 2nd down and 8 as they reverse this one with Potter. Keeps this over the 30 and really waving that football around as Tricky brings him down, but not before he gains 10 and has a first down.
Yeah, you saw the same thing that I did. That you got around that edge and that football's, flopping around. He's like he didn't come up with somebody come up and hit him at that time.
3:25 to go, third quarter, 24-21. The Longhorns have the ball and the lead. Just moved the sticks for the second time here in the second half. McInerney now operating out of the pistol. The 2 receivers going to the right side, beg your pardon. Potter off the edge on the left. As gets it to McInerney. He goes over the 35, and he's still on his feet at the 40. Can't get brought down. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. And the Yellow Jackets have allowed a big run after it again looked like the ball carrier was stopped. Shades of Herrera's second kickoff touchdown, and now a big lead for Payson.
Just a tough run. Again, he's contacted. Looks like they have him wrapped up, but he just keeps his feet moving, keeps his head down, and he's the one who finishes the run. They're unable to get him to the ground, and then once he broke free, he was gone.
66 yards on the score, and it looked like he trucked 2 tacklers there.
Yeah, it looked like the play was over, and but he just kept going. I think Payson Blue Ridge had made that same assumption that play was over.
Going for 2 here, and this is Gurecki. Not sure what was dialed up there, but it'll be 30-21 with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the third quarter. Huge play from Johnny McAnerney as he goes 66 yards for a Comfort Fit Dentures touchdown. Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Snowflake right now leading Marcos Deniz 17-10 in the third, at the end of the third quarter. And this one, in a bit of a surprise, 30-21. Not a surprise that Payson has the lead, just the way that the Longhorns have done it. 2 kickoffs returned for a touchdown, the second of which looked like Herrera was going to be tackled twice. 66-yard run for McAnerney. It looked like he was going to be stopped after picking up a first down or somewhere thereabouts. Now a Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state. This is going toward James with a lot of momentum. He takes this one around the 20, starts moving to the left over the 30, still looking for blockers as he gets to the 35, and will be spun down there at the 35.
Boy, another tough return again. Just as return guys don't want to go down, do they?
Able to get that one with a full head of steam. But these Payson tacklers tenacious. Is this now a big moment here for Luke Berlin, who's thrown for 103 yards. He's been able to get yards pretty easily between the 20s. But as soon as they get into the red zone, it's been a little bit tougher. As he's got Harris behind him. He's run for 83 yards on 17 efforts. 3 receivers now move out wide right. Join a 4th. And that's actually a tackle. Cox is out there as they're going to try and provide a little bit of extra help as Berlin on the move throws this one as Herrera fell down near midfield. Oh, that was
tricky.
Tricky, beg your pardon. Wrong team, Palmer.
Yeah, you wonder, it rained a little bit earlier. It's getting cold. You wonder that grass has got to be getting a little slick.
2nd and 10.
Interesting formation, right? They bring that offensive tackle in motion a little bit, if you will. They reset him, shift him out, and then they use him to set that edge for that quarterback rollout. It's a nice design.
A little bit more conventional in this formation as the handoff goes. Harris makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage, and the ball's out. Recovered by Payson at the 45. And now a flag out. Shear is able to get that. After all is said and done, a flag comes out. Gurecki is there knocking away the ball. And again, it's cold.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct, I'll bet, knowing. Yeah.
Payson with perhaps some excessive celebration. I think that was that Gurecki who might have let Harris know afterwards. So that'll move the ball back to the Payson 40.
And knowing this officiating crew right there, not going to tolerate that. You make a good play, just, no need to demean the opponent, I guess. Just
that is the 7th turnover combined.
Well, maybe the cold is having an effect.
It makes me feel a little less like a wimp. As now Shearer out of the backfield, fake the pass to him, and instead going over the top where it's had by Gorecki. Great hands as he's hit by Tricky at the 40, a pickup of 19.
It's a really, really nice catch, right? That ball was up a little bit. Really good hands on that.
Just his second catch now for 31 yards. Quick hitter that gets it into Blue Ridge territory. Pressure being shown here by the Yellow Jackets with 2:15 after the Harris fumble. 30-21. Longhorns have the lead, trying to give themselves the inside track to win in the region. As Keeney fakes the handoff, wants to throw this one on the near sideline where Potter's got that nearly had at the 10 instead. It looked like he might have kicked it out with his knee.
Yeah, and that ball came out and then kind of hung up in the air for a little bit, and it's lucky there was another Blue Ridge defender around there.
He just couldn't haul it in.
Nice throw. The throw was right on. Maybe just a hair long, but.
Second down and 10. Gorecki set up now off the line on the left. I think that is McAnerney, who is now, nope, that's still Shear, who is off on Keeney's right side. Pressured, now try to set up a screen, read perfectly by Blue Ridge. Hopkins there with the stop and a loss of 2.
A nice play there. Hawkins sniffing that screen out and staying home, not getting over aggressive.
So third down and, they're calling it a loss. Well, no, the scoreboard is incorrect. Third down and 12, not 16. And what looked like it could have been a touchdown on the first down play is coming after the Karlo Harris fumble. Now 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Pressure again being shown by Blue Ridge, but picked up by the Longhorns. All sorts of time to throw as Keeney lost his front foot, throws this into traffic and nearly intercepted. Looked like as he was planning to throw, Potter and Gorecki are down there.
Oh, not a bad throw either. I mean, he throws it into, I guess, triple coverage, if you will, with the 2 receivers down there. But in essence, it even if it's intercepted there, it's going to be the same thing as a punt.
But more interestingly, when he put his front foot down, it looked like it just slid right up from under him. How slick is this field? As the punting unit's coming out into kick here for the Longhorns. They have a 9-point lead, can't take advantage on the 7th turnover of the game. And in for this is Clayton Heffley, as he's got a great snap, and he's going to run with it. Trying to pick up some blocking help as he gets to the 45. He's not going to be anywhere close. So an interesting decision there, and all sorts of faith being placed in the Longhorn defense as Kraus makes the stop.
And really interesting, we're up here with the some of the assistant coaches from Blue Ridge, and you can hear them calling out the formation and what side they were prepared for that fake. It sounded like that they knew it was coming to that side of the field based on that formation.
On 4th and 12.
Yeah, and interesting, especially you got the opportunity. They haven't been moving the ball real well. You can pin them deep. You're up 2 scores. But obviously you got to appreciate the fact they've been aggressive with that onside kick earlier, going for it on 4th down in this position. The fake punt again. At least they're, I guess, true to their game plan.
Minute and 13 seconds left. Blue Ridge with the football after the turnover, trailing 30-21 as they're again going Harris as he again gets into the second level and this time runs over the 50, gains 7. 90 yards now and almost 3 quarters of action for Karlo Harris. He's gone into Longhorn territory. An interesting decision to go for it on 4th and 12 has given the Yellow Jackets excellent field position. Pistol formation, Berlin. Stone for 120, instead turns and gives to Harris. Is met at the backfield, but able to get his shoulders squared up and run through a couple of tacklers to pick up 3 when he needed 2.
Yeah, nice run again. It looks like they had him in the backfield, but he shook that tackle off, continued to drive forward, finished the run right at the sticks.
Payson 45. Blue Ridge doesn't need to snap this as they trail 30-21, the Yellow Jackets. And the Longhorns have combined for 7 turnovers. But right now the difference, the 14 points had by virtue of 2 kickoff returns for touchdown. And Chee is able to get off the field. It's now turn, fake the handoff, going to run a play as Berlin throws this one deep into double coverage. And it'll be Herrera with the interception.
Nice play. He played that thing really, really well. High pointed it. You could tell he was tracking that football for about 15 yards. And really good play from the safety position there.
3rd interception for Berlin. And that is how the 3rd quarter ends, with the Longhorns taking it back 30-21. And there's still 12 minutes to go. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Got to correct that. It's actually Luke Berlin's 4th interception. So he has 4. Keeney has 3. Potter fumbled one of the kickoffs. That's 8. Harris has a fumble. That's 9. 9 turnovers in 3 quarters. Ben Franklin right now is saying, what's going on? Is this one looks like they're trying to run this to the near side. McAnery is able to get that to 12, gains 4. Harris there with the stop.
Yeah, again, it's pretty mistake-prone football game. Whoever, again, just take care of the football, especially if you're Payson. You got a 2-score lead going in. I would expect them to short, safe passes and run the football here and just try to get this thing to the finish line.
Again, with the Yellow Jackets, they have 21 points on the board, but 7 of those came on a pick 6, as this is Garecki who's able to get that catch over the middle, pick up about 12, and has enough for a first down. Peters there with the stop.
Again, they're just using that running back out in the flat, clearing them out, and that wideout's just running that little curl underneath the linebacker there, and it's just quarterback's making a really good read and delivering the ball.
3rd catch for Garecki. As a fake the handoff, Keeney looks in a little out of sorts as he's going to tuck this one and run it to the near side and wind up picking up something out of what looked like very little.
Yeah, it looked like somebody went the wrong way, right? He turned and held the ball out to the left. The running back went to the right, and then he just kind of ad-libbed there to get what he could out of it again. But again, a little loose with that football, though. That football's, you got to keep that thing connected to your body.
9-point Payson lead. Longhorns have the ball. 10:55 left. I've been already knocked off Round Valley. This is going to give them the inside track with 2 games to play. As this one's coming down the near sideline, looking for Potter, and he can't run underneath it. The Lobos now lead 24-10 and have the ball on the Marcos 25 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. Trying to stay number 1 in the 4A conference. Keeney, who averages 170 yards through the air, has thrown for 87 on 8 of 19 passes. Trying to allow Potter to get back to the line of scrimmage. Still lots of time to try to get a playoff. He's going to be one of 3 receivers with 2 going to the left. Everybody checking their play bands as McAnery is back, trying to offer some blocking help. Keeney going to unload, coming back to the near side, and somehow brought down after that looked like it was going to be picked off. Lucas Lee there with the catch.
Just looked like he got it by his fingernails, right? Like that throw was up over his head, and really nice play on his part because the DB certainly thought he had a beat on that thing.
Lee had a touchdown in the early going. Now that's his third catch for 22 yards. Moves it out to the Payson 37. 10.5 minutes to play. This drive started inside the 10. As handoff goes McAnerney, as he looked like he was slipping around the 40. Gains 2, though.
Little surprised Payson's not going back into a huddle here a little bit and running. I think the last 3 snaps, each one, well, other than when they ran the go route and were waiting on the wide receiver to come back, they've been snapping that ball with 20+ seconds on the play clock still.
10 minutes even to play. Taking a quick glance back at the sideline as they got it set up with the same formation. Potted the lone man wide right. Now move McAnerney back in the pistol. He's going to get the call. Met at the line of scrimmage and then eventually spun down. Sights there with the stop.
Yeah, nice play. Looked like a little counter trap that was running, but really good job there by Sykes. That thing, tell you what, your hands are so cold, and you get a helmet to the hands right now. Oh, it hurts.
3rd down and 11 after the loss of 4. Longhorns going with the same formation as Keeney gets somebody jumping into the neutral zone. No flag, and now procedure penalty. I think that was McAnerney who was turning that thing upfield before the ball was snapped.
A little different tonight. Usually when we see that those defensive linemen jump, it's almost automatic flag, and we haven't seen any of those called tonight.
Well, I'm sure our Snowflake friends would have a few words to say about that.
Isn't that right?
Clock under 9 minutes now. Oh, and now Gareke thought that they're going quick. So another procedure penalty is going to make it 3rd and 21.
Again, just the nature of this football game here, you just don't want to make a mistake right here. Even unless, I guess, if you throw an interception on a deep ball, maybe it's the same thing as a punt. But
clock moving toward 8:45. Still lots of time on the clock. It's a 2-possession game. As they're now bleeding the clock are the Longhorns. Potter coming in motion to the near side. They're trying to redirect traffic, and as the play clock was about to expire, Longhorns will use a second timeout, leading 30-21, 8:26 to go. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Hawkins and Harris, they're combining for the sack after the timeout on 3rd and 21. The punting unit's going to come out. Guess if you're looking for a positive there from the Payson perspective, the clock's going to run. So when Blue Ridge gets this back, it should have about 7.5 minutes remaining and 2 possessions separating them.
Yeah, you're getting to the point now where the clock's going to start to become a factor here in Payson's favor.
Big snap here is Heffley. Nearly put a knee down. Instead, he's able to kick this one away and will bounce over the 50 and away from Tricky. Still roll over the 45 to the 44. See if we can take a look. Oh, can't see it. it was very close to him having a knee down right around the goal line.
Yeah, again, with that low snap, a lot of times those punters they want to get underneath that ball to scoop it, but you got to be careful not to get your knee down.
So good field position for the Yellow Jackets. 7:35 to play. 30-21, though, they trail. Sarche and James coming out wide left to Berlin, who's going to have an empty backfield. Harris right now off the line. Now he's moving toward the left side where they're taking a quick look at him. Pressure coming in. Berlin wisely unloads. So already with 4 interceptions, the junior is going to dump that one off before further disaster befalls. Gertner is there bringing all sorts of heat.
Yeah, good decision that time for Berlin just to ground that thing and, come back, attack it on second down.
7:31 to go. It's getting a 2-possession game.
And Payson, again, has just continued to bring pressure from that linebacker spot.
Robeson joins Sarche over here on the left. Turn and give to Harris, who's got a huge crease as he goes over midfield, upended. As McAnerney is going to bring him down.
Well, that's the second time again he's been upended and landed on his head.
He gains 8 on his 20th carry, now has 101 yards. This surely is 4-down territory for the Yellow Jackets. Harris is in the pistol. Now pressure coming from the left side. Get away to Harris, who's met at the line of scrimmage and might not have even got back that far. Loses a yard.
See again where, again, pressure coming off the edge. You saw that outside linebacker come off his cover assignment and dive in on that running back. Again, they get stopping what it looks like. They got a long 3 to go on 4th down here.
Hunter Kraus just came off the sideline. It's closer to 4. Quick snap, turn, pitch to Harris, trying to run to the right side, and is going to use a second effort to move the chains.
Boy, a really strong finish to that run. It looked like they had a chance to stop him short, but he just ducked his head, finished that run, and got a big first down for him.
6 minutes, 25 seconds left, 30-21. The Longhorns have the lead. Payson's already beaten around Valley. Blue Ridge not yet, having faced the Elk, as there's a big package in the backfield. Turn and give to Harris, trying to run to the right edge again, but this time stopped after a gain of 2. Payson has already beaten Fountain Hills and Sholo as well, correct?
No, they haven't played Sholo yet.
They haven't played Sholo.
They have Sholo left. I think.
No, they beat the Dickens out of Fountain Hills last week.
They did. That's right.
2nd down and 7. 5:47 to go. The clock, the 12th man right now against the Yellow Jackets, as there's Berlin unloading and nearly deflected and intercepted by a couple of different players. 3rd down and 7. You got Diaz getting loose.
Looks like his feet slipped again when he looked like he was trying to set to make that throw again, but. Again, right in that middle of the field, it seems like those quarterbacks are having a hard time keeping their footing.
Payson will play Sholo last. That's when Blue Ridge is hosting Round Valley. So here's a play from Berlin, who's hit as he throws. It's fumbled. The ball's still loose. Ball is still rolling free. And now the Longhorns have fallen on it with 5 minutes and 29 seconds left. They are going to rule that a fumble as Waterman, Eccles, Bryson Waterman Eccles.
Yeah, I know you guys say Mark Twain. I may be more Zane Grey here in Payson, but I do, though. I think this game will actually, if Payson does hold on, they will clinch the division with a win tonight because they only have Sholo left. Well, I guess Sholo's only got 1 conference loss, so I guess if Sholo does beat Blue Ridge and Payson, they could win the division still. So
5.5 minutes to go. There's still time. Right now, the Longhorns just trying to hang on to the football as Shear takes that one over the 40. He gains 2. I don't think either side started this game expecting it to be this haphazard. And it's a big tribute to the Longhorns that they've been able to play through it all.
Well, and you see that I think they've got a little more conservative here in the second half, too. They haven't put the ball at risk and just not made any mistakes, and they've been able to hold on.
Allowing time to drip away. 10 seconds now on the play clock. Under 5 minutes to go. As Keeney wisely standing and allowing as much time to come off as possible as he's going to fake the handoff. No, he does give way to Potter, trying to go to the left side, but he's going to get stood up by Harris. So no gain on the play, maybe a short loss, but the ball's already set. And when this ball is snapped, there should be under 3 minutes to play, but Blue Ridge is going to take a timeout. 30-21, the Yellow Jackets trail. They will have 2 timeouts after this. It's Show Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
After the Yellow Jackets use their first timeout, trailing 30-21, 4:29 to go. After the 10th? I can't keep track. There's lots of turnovers. As Keeney's going to unload this one and throw this an incomplete. Little pressure had him leading Garecchio a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's a good thing with that pressure for Blue Ridge because I think he's got the first down if he's able to haul that in. Looks like Payson has not been wanting to punt in this position all night, so we'll see if they're finally going to give in and punt one with 4 minutes left at the 40.
There's time. Heffley's going to kick. It's 4th and 8. They faked it on 4th and 12 on the plus side of the field. Again, puts a knee down nearly as he kicks this one away and takes a huge Payson bounce toward the 5, and that's where it'll stop.
You got to come and field that one. That one looked like, though, his knee was – that one looked like it was closer than the last one.
Taking a look here. Oh, no. What do we know?
Guess they're a little more younger and more flexible than I am, I'll tell you that. My knee does not bend that way.
Ball spotted on the 4.
Yeah, that's right.
4:17 left. 1st and 10 as Berlin is out there. Had fumbled on the most recent possession, 4 interceptions prior. Blue Ridge has 6 turnovers. Payson has 4.
That hype guy, he's still going strong, man.
Harris trying to go to the right side. Stopped in bounds after a gain of 2. Shear was there with the stop.
I'm surprised Blue Ridge isn't playing with a little more pace here. The clock's under 4 minutes. They got to go 90-plus yards here.
Final score for the Lobos, 24-10. Snowflake completes the 3-game road trip, all 3 down to Metro Phoenix. And not just Metro Phoenix, had to go down to the bowels at times, Santan Valley. And they're able to get 3 wins and remain undefeated. Is now 2nd down and 7. Throw the slant had by James as he nearly bust that free, but he's stopped from behind at the 25. Pick up 19 and a 1st down. There's a quick hitter that they desperately needed.
Yeah, they've been having that route all night where they've been running that kind of that skinny post. They get behind the linebackers. They're finally able to hit one.
James' first catch.
Expect them to come back to that here a few more times.
3:22 left, 9-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets. Is now moving Berlin to the left, and eventually throws this one to the sideline. Sarches, nope, he was out of bounds.
Boy, they're running that combo curl fade route on that sideline. Again, that curl guy sits down, he's wide open, and when they go back and watch film, I think that'll be something that they work on going forward. It's a nice combination route that they run. It's really difficult to guard, but quarterback's got to make that read and get that ball to the right player.
Time a factor, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. The clock stopped on the incompletion. Berlin's thrown for 139 yards, but has a lot of turnovers. He's again pressured from behind, comes back and finds Chee, caught at the 30 and stopped at the 36. Gained 6, but the clock's going to move on third down. Sanchez there with the big open field stop.
Nice play by Sanchez. He kept him in, kind of forced him back, and really strong tackle.
Under 3 minutes to go. Looking to the far side and throws behind Sarche. I think Robeson was also in the neighborhood. It was too far in front of him. Thread the needle. That's actually tricky. So this is the ball game. 4th and 3. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left, and the Yellow Jackets can only stop the clock twice more. Tricky and Sarche going out right, James on the left, but Harris is in the backfield.
They got to come up with his first down.
Berlin looking, James, and throws it behind him and incomplete.
Just looks like a little bit of a miscommunication there. I don't know if James ran that route a little deeper than what Berlin was thinking that they were going to run. But
Caden Sanchez looked like he had that play read, though. And it might have been that Berlin was just putting it the only place where he thought he could keep it away from Sanchez.
Yeah, interesting call. It had some success running Harris. Needing that, short down, 4th down, I may have wanted to put that ball in Harris's hands.
Longhorns only lost to Coconino, 4A team that's 3-3. And it looks like they've defended their home field for a second time against the upper echelon of the 3A East as the handoff comes sheer. He's got a convoy coming to the near side. Going to try to stay in bounds as he's still upright, but eventually forced out at the 30. Gains 7.
Yeah, nice tough run. He's just got to stay in bounds on that play. But
2 minutes, 32 seconds, 30-21. Payson with the football and the lead. Blue Ridge can stop the clock twice. Oh, I don't know if everybody was set there as Shear is going to run to the left.
We're surprised Blue Ridge is not using a timeout. There it is. Okay.
2:24 left, 9-point game, and a huge play coming up here on third down. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey everyone, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center in the Deuce and Sholo. Not only do we have great specials on new cars, we got some awesome deals on used cars too. How about a 2023 Corolla with only 2,000 miles on it? It's all-wheel drive. It was $41,888, now $38,500. How about a 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury with only 44,000 miles? It was $33,544. Mention this video for $29,495. Check out all of our specials, hornauto.com. Make it a great day.
McAnthony with the carry, and the tush push is going to get him over the 30 and have a first down with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. That is about all she wrote. He had the 66-yard touchdown that busted it open, and he just sealed it with that first down carry. Actually takes it to the 25. Is now the Longhorns trying to use more clock. Going to run the record to 7-1. Blue Ridge likewise. And Payson, which has already beaten Round Valley, going to finish with Sholo as McAnany had a little bit of an awkward exchange. He's going to get stood up. The Yellow Jackets can stop play once more, but there's only 94 seconds left. I don't know if there's enough time. But you don't get to take that time out into next week. So with a minute and a half to go, they will burn it, trailing 30-21. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Minute and a half left. Mike Brogan here with Derek Palmer. What have you learned about both of these teams?
Well, I've been really impressed with Payson's defense, their playmaking ability defensively, all the turnovers they've created, but they run hard to the football. I think they're definitely got a chance at the 3-3. Seems really wide open this year, and I think both these teams could be in the mix. I think Blue Ridge as well. Certainly they have some big play capabilities. If they can limit those mistakes that they made tonight, I think they could be a force to be reckoned with as well.
Victory formation here for the Longhorns is believe that the Yellow Jackets in the rankings this week were 5th.
Yeah, they're 4th or 5th.
4th or 5th?
Yeah.
Round Valley was, I believe, 11th. So this is going to really give Payson a nice shot in the arm as far as the rankings go, as this would not be a fun place to come and play for a lot of teams, especially from down south.
Yeah,
Payson was 8th,
yep,
and Round Valley was 11th. The Yellow Jackets were 5th.
Yeah, this could vault Payson up into the top 4.
So Florence lost.
Yeah, Ben Franklin beat Florence tonight. Thatcher did win. ALA West Foothills was losing early to Sabino, I believe.
They are celebrating on the Payson sideline. Lots of turnovers, but fewer mistakes made by the Longhorns. And now are a victory over Sholo away from clinching the 3A East. 30-21. Final score here at Payson. We'll start wrapping it up after this. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
I know.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
I don't know about their skill level though, right?
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
30-21, final score here. Payson is going to run its record to 7-1. Blue Ridge falls to 7-1. We suspect that the Longhorns might be top 4, which is a big deal. As got 2 more games on the docket that Valley Christian, which is down, and Sholo, which seems as if it's starting to figure things out. All the wins that the Cougars are able to gather, you got Round Valley, you got Payson, you got a few teams, Snowflake, they're really pulling for him to get things figured out. But I'd asked you during the game, like, what do you think, as we were talking off the air? ALA West, whatever the heck, they did not seem as if they were playing well against Sabino. So even though Blue Ridge suffered this loss, I mean, they're going to probably get on the bus going home saying, man, all those turnovers, those 2 busted kickoff returns. And they're right there thinking that, man, we're looking at a top 4 seed. You got a lot of teams that are probably looking at the 3A tournament here coming up in just a couple of weeks, that this is going to be a lot of matchups that are going to determine exactly how advantageous this is going to be for them.
Yeah, and I think you hit the magic word right. It's going to be matchup based, so the seeding doesn't necessarily matter. You know, we talk about that in basketball all the time, especially with the 3A North girls basketball teams. The number behind your name doesn't matter. It's who you're playing that night. So, you know, Ben Franklin right now looks pretty good. I think they're a 4 or 5 seed. You just don't want to be opposite of them early. You'd rather get them a little later in the tournament type of thing. So I think both these teams have the opportunity they get some favorable matchups. They could both make deep runs into the state tournament.
Is Ben Franklin still running that horrifying offense? I know.
Yeah, that old double wing from 1935 or something, yeah.
They got to have a different coach.
They do.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll goof about that later as we take a look at some of these things, especially the Horn Auto Center drive of the game. This was a weird matchup in that there weren't a lot of extensive drives, which you go into the third quarter when Johnny McAnerney had that 66-yard run that went for the score, but looked like he was stopped by 2 Yellow Jackets. More like the run of the game, but that's got to be the drive of the game, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that the exact same thing. I don't know if we had anything that was substantial that ended up in any points for either team. It was all big play tonight, and that was the biggest of all the plays, I felt.
Horn Auto Center drive of the game there, featuring the big run from McAnerney. The Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game. If you need glass for your home or business, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call when you need affordable glass and quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASSMAN. This was another one where there wasn't an awful lot of big booming hits, but man, each team's front seven spent an awful lot of time in the backfield.
Yeah, if I had to think of one, I apologize to the young man. I can't remember the name of the kid who made the sack. About 4.5 minutes left in the game when he ran the kid from Payson when he ran the quarterback down and sacked him, forced that turnover with about 4.5 minutes left.
That was the fellow with 3 names?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that is correct. Yep.
Bryson Waterman Eccles.
Yeah, and I think that kind of really made it difficult at that point. Not to say that ended the game, but that put them down 2 scores. Payson back with the football with 5 minutes left.
So Bryson Waterman Eccles there with the Deemer's Glass shattering hit of the game. Again, if you need glass for your home or business, Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, best place to call. We need quality glass at affordable prices. 1-888-GLASSMAN. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. I got what I think is a slam dunk, but I want to hear what you say first.
Yeah, it's got to be the Herrera, the kick returns. The 2 kick returns felt like when when Blue Ridge felt like Payson had all the momentum early in the game. Then Blue Ridge had those back-to-back scores. Felt like they were going to come. And then he returns a kick for a touchdown. Blue Ridge comes right back and answers, and then he returns another kick, just keeping the momentum on their end.
In addition to that, 31 yards on 3 receptions, but we called his name defensively an awful lot.
Yeah.
And I believe he had an interception, too. If he didn't, he was at least in the neighborhood. So he was doing just about a little bit of everything as his Longhorns 7-1, and we're anticipating them being in the top 5, if nothing else. But potentially top 4, which is it's the big deal because we're up here right now, and of course the weather here is a little bit more mild than it would be in Lakeside from the Blue Ridge perspective. But more games they can play on this field.
Yeah, you get a team coming up from the Valley in November up here, and that's certainly advantageous for the mountain teams.
So, final thought here from Payson High School.
That was good to come watch a really important 3A football game. Kids played really hard. I was really impressed with intensity, the effort defensively. Both teams played real hard, so enjoyable outside of the cold. It was a pretty enjoyable night of football.
Next week, what was thought to be the game of the year, Snowflake will be hosting an Eastmark team that has bewildered. But it'll be a big one nonetheless, as you'll be here. I get to know who's going to be working with you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Somebody's going to be here with you.
Even if we're by ourselves, I guess we can make that work. But Eastmark's got a bye this week, so it'll be interesting what wrinkles they got coming next week. So,
last call here at Payson High School, 30-21, the Longhorns win. We thank you for starting your weekend with us. For Mike, Mel, and the camera crew, and Mike Colwell, shout out for the spotter. I'm Derek Palmer, and we wish you a very good weekend.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Niemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and